Alright, back on the Capri, obviously we've got this thing running now, we've driven it around to the dyno room. I just noticed when I was setting the needle and seat heights in the carbs, they were wound down really low. Alcohol carbs, going to be very careful of this as we're dropping the needle and seat down. Obviously the arms inside are not quite bent to the right shape, so as I'm closing this up, dropping the needle and seat down, what in turn am I actually doing is it's losing a range of sweep with the float. In the top end, it can end up starving the carbs for fuel. With methanol, big no-no, goes bad really, really quick. Obviously we do have a Haltech in the car, wideband, so it's all going to be set up for engine protection to stop that, but I'm going to pull these bowls off now, settle that correctly, then we can start tuning. So we got this first bowl off. The needle and seat's a little bit lower than I would have liked. It's sort of out of adjustment under the end of the nut, but there's still a nice big sweep. I have seen them where they're pushed all the way down and you end up with a little sweep like this. What happens then, the float can't go down far enough, and then you lose all the flow. On a methanol carb, you've got a bigger needle and seat so you can provide fuel. I don't know how much power this engine's going to make, but normally when you start getting over 1,000 horsepower, you really start to have problems filling the bowl. So normally on the secondary side, I've gone to like dual needle and seats. I'm assuming this is going to be okay, but it's something I just really like to check on all 4 of these bowls before we start tuning. This one's exactly what I mean. This is the secondary side, and you can see that there's no sweep to that float. So that float can't come down far enough, even though that's 160,000th needle and seat, that can't come down far enough to allow adequate fuel. You know, methanol, wide open throttle, 1,000 odd horsepower, that is not going to have adequate supply in the big end of the track. So we're going to have to sort out what's going on here. We've ran the car, set up all the idle, things running, verified timing, and we've just noticed, it looked like oil at first, but it's actually methanol and air blowing out of all the ports on the passenger side here. So blower's coming off. Also, I look like an absolute wanker in a race suit with it tuning an 800 horsepower car, but as you can see, no front window, blown alcohol. One of them fuel line comes off with a fan, it's going to cover me in methanol and potentially fire.